Hey YouTube, it's Monday again, and I'm Sean for Grindourgears. You're a Monday man, and after much deliberation this week, me, Alex, and Justin decided on this topic. Things you should notice, but don't. So, my number one thing would be time. You never know how fast it goes. I mean, time flies, and you don't pay as much attention to it as you should. You never have time to accomplish things you want to. It just seems like there's not enough hours in the day, not enough minutes in an hour, and not enough seconds in a minute. So, people are always late, too. That's one of the things that bothers me. They don't realize anything about time, and they don't pay attention to it, which makes people late. I think people should be more time conscious and pay more attention. You know, I say you never notice time, but there's instances in which you actually do. Time is broken. Say your clock or your watch is broken, and you notice, well, my clock says it's noon, but it definitely looks more like 1 a.m. considering it's completely dark outside. So either the sun has been extinguished and we can't see, or something's blocking the sun, or yeah, it's just dark out. Also, if you're sick, say you've had a bit to drink and you don't quite feel so good, or you just have a fever and time just seems to slow down when you're sick or you're not quite up to par. Time can make noise and make you aware of it. Like, say your alarm clock, you have to get up for something, you set your alarm. Time makes you aware of itself. Or also, my big one, we have a grandfather clock here, and every 15 minutes it decides to go off. When this clock goes off, it's just like, bong, bong, look at me, I'm time, pay attention to me, and no matter if I'm sleeping, awake, or watching TV, the clock will still go off every 15 minutes. That's one of the most annoying times time can make itself known. You know, another thing I think people should be more in tune with, but they're not, is conspiracies. Like Michael Jackson and his death. Yeah, he was supposed to die of a drug overdose, like how many other countless stars. And I mean, people just kind of came to the conclusion that, yeah, drug overdose, of course, all these stars die of drug overdoses, they want to push their limits. There was a lot of hoopla surrounding it, you know, oh my god, Michael Jackson's dead. But did anybody take a second and try to realize it might have been a ruse, a scam, something to put him out of the spotlight so he could live his own private life in seclusion with only those he wanted to be around him? You know, a couple reasons I say this is because there was a lot of scandal revolving around Mr. Jackson's life. His dad apparently hit him as a child. He hurt him, apparently, took his childhood away. So Michael wanted to be around kids, and he let kids have sleepovers and sleep in his bed. Of course, this caused a lot of controversy. And to get out of the controversy, maybe he wanted him and his children's lives to just step out of that bad spotlight. So yeah, he faked it. He said, I'm going to do this and it's going to be over with. I won't have to deal with any of the heartache, and maybe people will finally leave me alone. Another reason is Michael signed for 20 dates at the O2 Arena in London to play shows. It was going to be his final stand. This is it, you know? It's it for Michael. But Michael didn't mean to sign up for 20 shows at the same venue. He meant to sign up for 1 or 2. So, 20 shows and a contract you can't break, or you're out millions of dollars, which Michael couldn't really afford even. Yeah, he's in trouble. And what the perfect way to get out of it would be to fake your death. Also, with Michael's long history of drug use and drug abuse, to get to sleep and just to feel like a happier person. To feel like a child again, maybe. Couldn't that, have a long-term effect on his mental health? I think it might. And somebody who's not in the right mental state of mind might come up with this idea to fake their death to make it to where he didn't have to deal with all the pain anymore. Just to get away from everything. The latest season of Survivor started last Thursday. Season 20, Heroes versus Villains. And since me, Alex, and Justin are all big Survivor buffs, we decided to make a segment until the end of the season with our take on the show and what's going on. So, I noticed a lot of injuries in the first challenge. I mean, one challenge, and you already have a separated shoulder. I mean, Stephanie separated her shoulder. That is painful. Most people are put to sleep when they have that pop back in. Not her. She let them do it right then, and she continued with the game for $1 million. Rupert had his toe broken in 3 places. I mean, maybe not as painful as the separated shoulder, but I mean, you have to walk on that for the next 39 days if he's there that long. And that just has to be a nagging injury that just bothers you. I mean, so I applaud them on their toughness there. Sugar and Rupert, though, man, they were annoying at camp. Sugar was trying to sleep with every one of the guys almost, and like attached herself to Colby. That has to be annoying, especially if you're not interested. And Rupert, trying to make the fire, the magnesium, he wasted about half of it trying to make a fire he couldn't make. He just couldn't do it. And his hard-headed, strong personality stopped him from realizing that. That has to be annoying and could be, I mean, a tax on their tribe. It could, I mean, they might not be as valuable as they once were thought to be, especially Rupert. I mean, you know, Sugar, that's history. Everyone's pissed off at her, so she's gone. Another highlight would be the reward challenge. Of course, they're always trying to get Fire, the first reward challenge. Coach. Little, skinny, old man Coach versus Colby. And Coach just owns him. Colby has the bag and is running back. Coach pushes and pulls him to his mat, touches the bag which Colby is in possession of and the mat, and wins a point for the villains. So I was pretty excited about that, even though I'm not a Coach fan. I think he adds ratings and adds good things to the show. Yeah, so that was a big win for the villains. My team, go Villains. I love the immunity challenge. Apparently it was a repeat from Cook Island, which I have not yet seen. But I like the idea of putting the boat together, and I just thought it was ingenious. The puzzle looked difficult, and the villains had a major comeback, which I was excited about. I still think the heroes might have a bit of an advantage, though. I mean, finding 3 or 4 chickens, I think it was 3, 2 hens and a rooster. That, having fire and food, it just gives an unimaginable advantage to them being able to be healthy. And in the next couple of days, I think you will see that play out in the hero's advantage. I'm still a Villains fan, though. And I want Jerry to win, or I want Russell to win, just plain and simple. So, I'm hoping that happens. And also, I hope a hero is to go next. I'm going to vote my vote for Rupert going home next. We'll see if I'm right, we'll see if I'm wrong. Chances are, I got a 1 in 19 chance, so I'm probably wrong, you know? Probably don't got that right. So, I'm hoping I'm right, but you never know. Tell me what you guys think. And don't forget to subscribe somewhere and post a comment below. Leave a video comment. Do something. And make sure you tune in on Wednesday for Justin and Friday for Alex. And come back next Monday for me. That's all I got for you. So, have fun, YouTube, and enjoy your week.